Greetings, buddies! This time we will be unveiling the movies of Christopher Walken. To date, his movies have made $4.7 billion. First off, Annie Hall, released in 1977. It made $38 million. It was a winner. The Deer Hunter, released in 1978. It made $49 million. It was a blockbuster. Heaven's Gate, released in 1980. It made $3 million. It was a bomb. The Dead Zone, released in 1983. It made $21 million. It was a winner. Brainstorm, released in 1983. It made $10 million. It was a bomb. A View to a Kill, released in 1985. It made $152 million. It was a blockbuster. At Close Range, released in 1986. It made $2 million. It was a bomb. Biloxi Blues, released in 1988. It made $52 million. It was a big hit. Communion, released in 1989. It made $2 million. It didn't make its money back. Batman Returns, released in 1992. It made $280 million. It was a hit. Wayne's World 2, released in 1993. It made $48 million. It was a success. True Romance, released in 1993. It made $13 million. It broke even. The Prophecy, released in 1995. It made $16 million. It was a blockbuster. Nick of Time, released in 1995. It made $8 million. It was a dud. Search and Destroy, released in 1995. It made $390,000. It didn't make its money back. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, released in 1995. It made $530,000. It was a dud. The Funeral, released in 1996. It made $1 million. It didn't make its money back. Last Man Standing, released in 1996. It made $47 million. It was a bust. Touch, released in 1997. It made $387,000. It was a bomb. Antz, released in 1998. It made $172 million. It was a blockbuster. Blast from the Past, released in 1999. It made $40 million. It was a success. Sleepy Hollow, released in 1999. It made $206 million. It was a hit. America's Sweethearts, released in 2001. It made $138 million. It was a blockbuster. The Affair of the Necklace, released in 2001. It made $1 million. It was a bust. Joe Dirt, released in 2001. It made $31 million. It was a success. Undertaking Betty, released in 2002. It made $2 million. It was a failure. Poolhall Junkies. Released in 2002. It made $564,000. It was a dud. Catch Me If You Can, released in 2002. It made $352 million. It was a big hit. The Country Bears. Released in 2002. It made $18 million. It was a flop. The Rundown. Released in 2003. It made $81 million. It broke even. Kangaroo Jack. Released in 2003. It made $89 million. It was a success. Gigli. Released in 2003. It made $7 million. It was a bomb. Man on Fire. Released in 2004. It made $130 million. It was a success. The Stepford Wives. Released in 2004. It made $102 million. It broke even. Wedding Crashers. Released in 2005. It made $288 million. It was a hit. Domino. Released in 2005. It made $23 million. It was a dud. Man of the Year. Released in 2006. It made $42 million. It was a blockbuster. Click. Released in 2006. It made $241 million. It was a moneymaker. Hairspray. Released in 2007. It made $90 million. It was a success. The Maiden Heist. Released in 2009. It made $96,000. It was a bomb. 7 Psychopaths. Released in 2012. It made $33 million. It was a winner. The Power of Few. Released in 2013. It made $46,000. It was a bomb. Jersey Boys. Released in 2014. It made $67 million. It was a success. Eddie the Eagle. Released in 2016. It made $46 million. It was a big hit. The Jungle Book. Released in 2016. It made $967 million. It was a winner. 9 Lives. Released in 2016. It made $58 million. It was a success. Father Figures. Released in 2017. It made $26 million. It broke even. The Jesus Rolls. Released in 2019. It made $65,000. It was a dud. The War with Grandpa. Released in 2020. It made $43 million. It was a hit. Dune Part Two. Released in 2024. It made $610 million. It was a big hit. Thanks for watching our video on Christopher Walken. What's your favorite Christopher Walken movie? Who should we feature next? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.